Hi everyone, this is Jen from the Hingham Public Library. This program is being held remotely as an alternate means of public access to library programs and services. You are hereby advised that no portion of this program may be recorded without the permission of the Hingham Public Library. The materials that you will need for this workshop are the printed out PDF with the circle dot inspiration, a piece of wood or a pre-stretched canvas, a cup or another circular based object to trace. I use the base of one of my paint tubes. You'll also need paint, paint brushes, something to put your paint on, and some painter's tape to help with straight lines. Using the printed out PDF of the circle inspiration paper, you will be able to find some designs that you like, and from there you want to choose your color palette. The colors that I'm using for my circle painting are light blue, dark blue, and kind of a reddish orange. I really liked this range of designs here, and I went in and picked out the specific designs that I liked the best. And from this color palette, I picked out a background color using my dark blue and mixing it with some white. After you've painted your background, you want to trace out your circles. I just used the back of a paint tube for that. And once you know how many circles you have, you can go ahead and number the designs that you want to use on your paper, and then you can number them right on your painting. This will help you with your plan. Now that you know the designs that you'll be using, look closely at each one and decide what color is mostly used for each background. So if you look at number 2, the majority is pink. Number 4, the majority of the background is blue. Number 8, the majority is blue. And number 9 is also blue. So I'm going to start with that dark blue. You always start with the background first, and then that allows for your design, the smaller details to really show up. So number 3 has a lot of blue, number 5 has a triangle, so does number 7. So I'm noticing that they have some pretty straight lines in there, and I'm using painter's tape to make sure to block off the area that I do not want to be blue. The nice thing about painter's tape is you can get that straight edge, and if any paint goes underneath, you can always touch that up later. So then number 7, I'm masking off the top because I want the bottom to be blue. Then I realized number 3, I masked off the wrong side, and the beautiful thing about painter's tape, you can peel it off easily without messing up the painting underneath. I painted about 2 or 3 coats of paint before removing the tape. I waited for each coat to dry before doing the next one. If you want to speed up your dry time, you can always use a hair dryer. Now I'm going in with the dark blue and continuing to paint the backgrounds of those circles. I'm going in with my painter's tape again to mask off the areas that I do not want to get my next color on. And this will help me get a straight edge. You can also go in and freehand this with a paintbrush. You don't have to use the tape. Now I'm going in with that light blue. Next, I'm using the orange color, and that will be replacing the pink that is on the inspiration sheet. As I'm painting here, I'm doing multiple layers of each coat. I'm giving some dry time in between. I keep using my inspiration sheet to go back to for reference. You don't need to give any dry time for peeling off the tape. You can take it off while the paint is still wet. For this circle, I decided to paint the lines freehand without the tape. Now that that's dry, I'm going back in with dark blue just to clean up some of the lines. Then, because I overcorrected a little bit with the dark blue, I'm going back in again with the light blue just to touch that up again. Now I'm going in with the white paint. You can see for this one, I'm not using the tape, I'm just using a flat brush. For these lines, I'm going to use tape to help me with the placement. For this circle, I'm going to do the same technique with the tape, helping me to make those lines. Now I'm going in with a smaller paintbrush to work on some of the smaller details. When you're painting smaller details, it helps to really stabilize your hands. I a lot of times will use my pinky of the hand that I'm painting with to help me balance my hand and keep it steady. And then that other hand will help support the whatever you're painting on. Now that my painting is finished, I'm going back in on the edges with my background color, and I am painting those just to give the whole piece more of a finished look. If you're using a pre-stretched canvas, you could do the same thing with those edges. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all or would like to share a photo of your finished painting, please send me an email at jkyle@untitled.com. at ocln.org.